So, we've just left Milngavie. We've got 7 miles to walk to get to Dumgoyne.
Yep.
We're both needing the toilet and we're already a wee bit lost. But we've had a bacon roll and a sausage roll, so all good.
Yes.
See you in 7 miles.
Okay, so we've done 7 miles from Milngavie to Dumgoyne, and we have to go to Drimmen next. And nobody's fell over yet, and we're all still alive.
I got attacked by a bungee.
Pinged you in the eye, that was funny.
For you.
Right.
This wee place is amazing. This is called
The beach.
the Beach Tree Inn.
Yep.
We're a cafe and restaurant, and we need to come back here with the kids one day. It's a lovely wee petting zoo, there's a play park.
And we've got a burger challenge.
It's brilliant, even Messi loves it. Oh, she's barking at a gravy bone just now. Okay,
Right.
so see you in 5 miles.
Bye.
So,
So,
disaster. We're a bit behind. We're about an hour behind schedule now, so we're playing catch up. And we never got a pint, so we're gutted. Next stage is on to Balmaha, and we're going to be putting the tent up in the dark. Yay!
which is 9 miles away where we're putting the tap up, but it's fine because we've drunk by then now, so it doesn't matter.
And we've got a hill to climb in between.
So
and
we'll see
Messi's raging.
you. Yeah, we'll see you in about 7 months.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, so Leanne has to do this bit because I'm eating my steak pie. Yum. And she's having soup. Yuck. Right, so we've done 19 million miles.
We're
according
18 million hours behind schedule.
Yeah. So according to the map, it is 20 miles today. And so far, Leanne's Fitbit says 22 miles and mine's broken.
And we're not at the campsite yet.
Yeah, and it's a bit dark. Yeah. So we're now having something to eat because we think we might have some kind of problem. That Leanne's about to have a big problem.
Having a wee cup of tea though. Just to warm us up.
Messi's still alive. Messi.
And she's just eyeing up the steak pie really.
Yeah. So before I get my steak pie cold, I'll see you
Another mile and a half to do tonight.
and then sleep.
See you in the morning.
So, Leanne.
Yep.
How far have we gone today?
25 miles.
What time is it?
11:30.
And why are we not asleep? Because we're making a video.
It's been a good day. We've seen a hedgehog.
We've seen Hedgehog's bum,
No, I've seen a whole hedgehog.
and now you're eating my jelly babies.
Over on Maui.
And you're not happy about sleeping back.
It's twisted. And there's a dog on me.
What doing tomorrow?
Rubber doing for breakfast.
Yes.
And I don't know.
And first aid.
Sneed.
And then
So it's supposed to be 20 miles tomorrow, but apparently on the West Highland Way 1 mile equals real 4 miles. So I don't believe it anymore. So we're going to have to leave at about 5 o'clock in the morning if we're going to make it to Inversnaid before 10 o'clock at night.
But at least we're experienced out walking in the dark now. We only did it for 3 hours.
There's no batteries left in the torch.
Oh, shit. So. Anyway, good night.
Night.
Okay, so day 2, not going too well today. We were a bit late leaving the campsite, and instead of taking us 2 hours to get to Rotterdam, it's taking us nearly 3. But we're consoling ourselves that we'll make the time up at some point today. So we've got 7 miles to Inversnaid, and we'll speak to you again in Inversnaid. Bye.
Well, this is a bit of a low point on the West Highland Way. We are well behind schedule. No thanks to Inversnaid Hotel, who aren't dog friendly after all. And then we went away in a huff and we forgot to get stamps, so we had to go back to get our passport stamped. So everybody's tired and soaking wet and a bit fed up. But we have to power on because we need to get to Inverornan to Benglass Farm tonight. 7 miles maybe.
8 miles.
In the pouring rain. In the dark. In the woods.
Morning. Right, you can speak.
Day 2 nearly done us in. We were both, well, I was definitely ready for quitting last night. Another day for the mileage was much more than we'd allowed for. I think it was 26 miles, but the last 5-6 of that was in the dark, in the rain, pouring rain. Couldn't have been wetter.
But we're dried out now.
Miserable. Benglass Farm has been amazing. We didn't get here till about 10:30 I think last night, just before 11.
Yep.
Made it just in time for last orders basically.
Got the tent up, put the stuff in the dryer in the wash machine.
The dryers here have been a godsend. Everything that we owned was soaked. Waterproofs just didn't work at all.
Our boots
Even
are still soaked.
the dog, everything soaked. But the only thing that's really wet now is our boots. So we got a pep talk from the guy at the bar last night. We've changed our plan, so we're definitely going to be using Wednesday now for finishing, if we make it even that far.
So today we're going to Tyndrum. First up today will be in Cranlarrick, and we'll see you again in Cranlarrick.
Bye.
Bye. Update vlog additional. Leanne has information.
We forgot to tell you about some of the stuff from yesterday. So there was a smell on the hills which turned out to be, I did accuse David, but it turned out to be wild goats, which were the scariest freaky black long-horned beasts from hell. Just really as we were realising we had to walk the 7 miles in the dark in the pouring rain.
The frog.
Oh, the good thing was the frog. We found a huge frog on the path and it let me pick it up. No, or a carriage, which was what I was really hoping for. And then the worst thing probably of all, although the dryers were good because they dried our clothes, they also melted and killed my only lip balm, which was my favourite lip balm.
You forgot the most important bit.
What?
Your
Oh,
growth.
and I had a tick on the back of my knee.
It was huge. It was
And
about
it was like it knew that
size.
I hate the back of my knees being touched by anything, never mind a tick. So it's removed.
It was a lunatic. Anyway, on the way
Right,
to Carmarthen.
okay.
Bye.
Bye.
So, Leanne.
The change of plan worked out well. 12 miles was a good distance to do today. So we started off in Inverornan this morning at Benglass Farm, which was amazing, and we'd love to go back there another day and take the kids. We walked from there to Crianlarich.
Seen really bad effects of the storm. There must have been like paths washed away and
wee house that was completely flooded and
cut
abandoned. Bridges destroyed, roads impassable, changing access to everything.
Could be a bit scary if it ever got bad again, but yeah, we forgot to do a blog whenever we were in Cranlarrick because we had a lovely lunch in the Rod and Reel and done Messy some lovely food too. That was delicious. Highlight of the day was fish and chips. Yes.
Oh, I had another highlight.
Did you?
Can't remember what it was.
Yeah. So we left Cranlarrick, which is not on the West Highland Way. Once again, another 2.5 miles that we will not get as recognition for doing the West Highland Way. And we walked to Strathfillan campsite. Oh, the Priory was the other highlight of the day.
The what?
Strathfillan Priory.
Oh, yeah.
Where St. Fillan, whoever he is, he had monks doing some stuff. Anyway.
You didn't read the sign,
No.
did you?
I was fighting with a backpack. I was fighting with a backpack. And there was a load of German guys that were chasing us.
The terrain was much better today. It was much more doable, and I hate to say it, but we might have been able to push on and do the extra 7 miles and get to Tindrum.
But we would have had to leave earlier this morning to do that.
And we needed the early night tonight.
Yeah.
We needed the short day.
So we've got...
Both of us, our feet are a mess.
Yep.
Blisters on top of blisters, and everything's changed colour. My toes are all purple and disgusting.
It's actually quite happy, the purple.
Well, they're the exact same colour as my nail polish, which is a bit freaky.
So we have a lovely evening in Strathfillan.
In the most perfect multicoloured rainbow wigwam.
Rainbow one.
With our own colourful fairy lights all around us.
Mm-hmm.
Messy's really liking the chickens in the coop right beside us.
I think she's really liking the idea of having fresh chicken for breakfast. Or a fresh egg for breakfast.
She's still got half a tin of sausages to
Oh
eat,
yeah.
So.
Jack, Messy got hot dogs. Like your favourite. And she's had a whole tin, so... Or she'll have half a tin tonight and some in the morning. So tomorrow we're doing Tindrum, the Bridge of Orchy. Tindrum, which is also not on the West Highland Way.
But it has a shop, which we need.
2.5 miles. A 5 mile round trip off the West Highland Way to get to Tindrum. Anyway. Tindrum, the Bridge of Orchy. Bridge of Orchy to Inverornan.
No.
Yeah. And Inverornan to King's House.
Okay.
There's another bit in between, but we're not totally decided on that. So, we're going to sleep now. Early night. Early start in the morning. And we'll see you maybe in the morning before we leave. But probably, either just after we've left or whenever we go for our first stop. So, night.
Night. We miss you all. We keep saying stuff that we know you would like and we need to remember to tell you about. Love you.
Bye. So, Leanne.
We stayed in our lovely perfect wee wigwam last night. It's totally refreshed us, but we've got a biggie to do today. We've done the baggage transfer for the big bag, so we have to make it to the King's House Hotel tonight. 20 miles-ish.
Uphill.
But we have started a wee bit earlier, so we've got a better start on the day than we had before, and we're feeling like we've had a wee bit more sleep.
Yes.
For once.
Good, because we're well camping the next 2 nights.
Yay!
Yay! Right, okay. See you whenever we get to Bridge of Orchy, which is, there's a debate between whether it's 8 miles or 10 miles. Bye.
Bye.
Puffed out, just breezed past Bridge of Orchy, so we decided to push on to Inverornan for lunch, dinner, something. So, made good time out of Tyndrum up to here, trying to get into Leanne to give me the backpack. And we'll see you in a couple of minutes.
The helicopter flew past us.
Yeah, I sent a picture.
We were out in the open, it was really cool.
Thought it was coming to give us a lift.
The terrain so far has been much better today, nice reasonably flat paths,
Until
nothing
now.
too stony, but we've just gone back into the woods again, so it's a bit trickier now. It slows us down quite a lot.
Because we have to watch out for bears and wolves.
That speeds me up. But the uphill, downhill, the stony ground, it's just really hard to walk on. Trying to avoid the big mad puddles that go up past your ankles when they don't look like they do. Because we've decided wet feet is the worst thing that can happen. We need to keep them dry for as long as we can so they don't go mouldy and lose toes.
Okay, see you soon.
Bye.
Bye. We've chosen this place to do a vlog because of the background. Pretty thick and awesome, eh? Anyway, we've just left Inverornan, not Inverarnan, because that's further back. I had soup and a toasted sandwich and it was lovely. There was zero alcohol consumption by me.
Alan had a wee half pint.
She wanted another wee half pint. She wanted another wee half pint, but then we ran out of time. We're feeling motivated and good. We realised we've only got probably about less than 30 miles left of the West Highland Way, so we're going to push on to King's House. Try to get King's House for about 7:15.
I think the scenery today is about as good as it gets. Every direction you look, no matter where you go, it's just mountains and waterfalls and the sun shining, and it's just gorgeous. It's sunshine in 1 minute and rain the next, but it's really pretty. This is the most gorgeous part so far, I think. We've not been in the woods as much today.
It's definitely wide open. And where we're going, we've now got about 9 miles to go over quite remote country, and then we'll see where we are whenever we get down in the King's House. So
I'm a bit worried about being back to being the wild camping. I think if we were ever going to do it again or give advice to anyone else, I think you don't have to go for a hotel or a B&B, but the wee wigwam was spot on. Just somewhere that's got facilities you can use. I'm actually dying for a shower now, even though I did have a bit of a shower the other night, but don't know.
right, so we'll see you in King's House in about 5 hours. Bye. Go.
So we are staying at the King's House Hotel tonight.
In a tent. Not
In a
in the
tent.
King's House Hotel, but it's like lovely because it's a really nice bit beside the river. We've taken some nice pictures. We've had a couple of drinks.
Today was amazing. We made really good time with our walk. The terrain was all pretty manageable. It was okay. The best bit was it was like raining, not raining, not raining. So I stopped to take my jacket off, and I put Messie's lead down on the floor, right in the middle of the road, which wasn't really a road, it was a path, but it was like an old drover's road between Inverone
Glencoe.
and like the path that goes right through Glencoe, like an old drover's road.
We didn't realise until a bit later.
Yeah, forgot to pick up the lead and we walked away, and it wasn't until ages later, once a jeep had passed us, and we commented on, oh my god, where is that jeep going? Like, this isn't a real road. What are they even doing? How do they get down there? It's not a road you can drive on. It's like a really rickety path. And then we realised, oh my god, neither of us has Messie's lead. But we'd walked way too far to go back, and we thought, well, the spare lead is in the big rucksack that's waiting at the King's House Hotel. We'll just have to hope that there's no sheep, and we'll have to carry her over the roads and hope for the best. So we kept going, and I was completely tortured by the fact that I had left her lead lying in the middle of the path. And then, just as the King's House Hotel comes into sight, 9 miles later, passing nobody except a few other hull walkers in the distance, as we get down to the road at the Glencoe Ski Centre, there's a jeep parked at the end, and I'm rummaging through the backpack, desperately trying to find the scrappy bungee rope that hit me in the face on day one, because I knew it was at the bottom of the rucksack, and I was thinking, well, we could kind of tie that around Messie somehow and get her over the road safely. And this couple come running up to us with our dog lead, saying, we found this on the road and we kind of knew it must have been yours. We went for coffee, and then we just thought, well, they must be reaching the King's House by now, we'll just see if we can catch them. And they drove the whole way back to the King's House Hotel and sat and waited for us at the end of the road and gave us the lead. And they took my empty Coke can to put in the bin, Iron Brew can.
Yep.
So we're convinced now that angels exist.
And they drive jeeps.
And they drive jeeps, which is not something you would have thought.
Anyway, tomorrow is walk to Kinlochleven as early as possible, get fueled up, collect our big bag, and then walk to as far as and close as we can get to Fort William. So we only have a wee short walk in the morning because we have to get the train at about 11:30 to get home in time to see our wonderful children.
It's going to be tough to get finished. We really have to push tomorrow. We have to be up early, and we have to cover a ridiculous amount of miles.
Okay.
We'll do our best.
So we'll see you soon, and
yeah, we have to.
night.
Night.
Bye.
My hair's bad. So we had a rubbish night's sleep. It was freezing, it was noisy, and there was literally no room at the inn, so we had our tent pitched just at the back of the King's House. But I think the staff like a wee party, so by the time they'd finished partying, it was time for the delivery lorries to come. A bit mad. But what a beautiful morning. I don't know if you can kind of see behind us the sun shining. The ground's fairly dry, it's not too bad at all, and
As far as you can see, it's just lovely.
we've seen some of the famous Glenative deer This one, the reindeer, as the nice American lady was calling
The
them.
weird American.
But we couldn't get too close to them, but Maisy's here anyway.
So we're off to Kinloch leaving. Hopefully it's only about 8 miles away now. And we'll see you in about 3.5 hours. Bye. Hello, here we are in Kinloch leaving. Here we are leaving Kinloch leaving and trying to get as far towards Fort William as we can.
It's only 15-16 miles, so the more we can cover tonight.
The train we get tomorrow.
Well, there's only one option for the train. It's at 11:40 and we have to be on it. We cannot miss that train, so we just have to push on and hope that we can find somewhere nice to camp. The journey from King's House to Kinloch leaving was quite tough. It's a big uphill because you go
The Devil's
up
Staircase.
over the Devil's Staircase, but the view was just like, you can't beat it. It's just amazing. Pretty brutal on the knees coming back down the other side.
Quite good the weather was for us as well, so that's a good thing too.
Today's been pretty much perfect with the weather. Just not too hot, no wind really, just right. Feet are dry, there's chocolate in our tummies.
And there's chocolate in the bag.
We're sorted. So we don't have dinner, but we've got chocolate
All we need. We
and
just
a can
had
of Coke.
just had a baked potato and some cheesy chips. Carbs with carbs. And we're planning on wild camping, pitching the tent just as close as we can get to Fort William, and we'll update you whenever we do that. Night. Bye.
Night.
Hiya. Guess where we are? Yes, in a tent. Where is the tent?
At Fort William.
Yeah, because we did it in 5 days. And we walked 125 miles today from from King's House to Kinloch leaving, and then we walked back to Kinloch leaving, and then we walked through Kinloch leaving to.
What are you dog?
I don't know. I bet the deck.
We walked from King's House up over the Devil's
Staircase.
Staircase, even. But
Alright.
we already spoke to you since then.
But we never told you the story of the Devil's Staircase.
No, that's what it was. I'll get it wrong. So, a long time ago,
In a galaxy far, far away.
workers from Kinloch leaving, there was nowhere to drink in Kinloch leaving.
Yeah.
So, the only place they could go was the King's House, but it's a good
It's 9 miles.
9 miles to get there. So they would walk after their shift the 9 miles to the King's House, pretty much spend their wages, get drunk, and then walk the 9 miles back. Brutal, by the way. A very steep uphill, a very steep downhill, and that's how it got its name, the Devil's Staircase,
The
because
devil would claim his own.
many a time they didn't make it back and they'd be found the next day. And yeah, the devil had claimed.
So that was what the story of the Devil's Staircase. But the highlight of the day, coming out of Kinloch leaving.
We were just up into the forest about 5 minutes and there was a snake. And I've always wanted to see a snake whenever we were walking. And it just looked like a toy snake.
until it hissed and slithered
Slithered
away.
away.
But
And we
we
couldn't,
tried to get a photo, but both of us had our phones switched off, so that was hopeless.
so we are up early in the morning to go and get our photograph taken with the Sorefoot statue, and then on a train to get home.
It's been amazing. It really has.
Definitely learned a lot about myself that I didn't already know. Like how bad I can smell after 3 days without a shower.
3 days.
Messie's
Okay.
okay. Messie's tired. A little bit broken.
She's had sardines, so she's quite happy now.
But she can sleep in your side of the sleeping bag. And give you kisses.
She's already picked. She's on your side.
I know. You must have put a wee biscuit underneath my
I
bed.
rubbed the sardines on it.
Anyway, we're going to go to sleep now because there's people laughing outside the other side of the tent.
It's because somebody's snoring.
And there's a guy snoring. And it's so loud.
That'll be me in 5 minutes.
Yep. So, anyway,